Tech, the show where we decode the art of marketing with some of the brightest minds in the field. I am your host, Vanshika Sharma, and today we have a stellar guest who has been crafting impactful marketing strategies across global market. Saurabh Chatterjee. Now, for people who don't know Saurabh, he is a senior account based marketing manager with years of expertise in demand generation, GTM strategies, and leadership in marketing domain. Let's dive into his inspiring journey and explore the secrets behind his success. Saurabh, thank you for joining us and welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Let's begin, Saurabh. You have been in this industry for so many years now. And what is the most rewarding part of being a marketer today?
The marketing function has evolved from the time I started my marketing journey. And today, marketers are, more deeply involved in revenue generation, making more impact to the bottom line than ever. In the past, it was, about creating recall, top of the mind recall, or, increasing brand reach, creating awareness in the target customer segments. But today, those things are not really the top of the agenda. The days of mass marketing is almost over. Today, marketers are expected to, create more business, grow the pipeline. Today, we talk the language of attribution, clear ROI from marketing efforts and marketing investments, and mapping the marketing efforts to direct ROI in terms of pipeline or sales. That is the most rewarding part, if you ask me. It really gives a sense of satisfaction to know that the work that you are doing is actually contributing to the business growth of your company. If you ask me, the second great thing about being a marketer is that you get to meet a lot of people. The job comes with the opportunity to travel to different location, sometimes within the country, sometimes outside. And even if it is not for events, you always get to meet new people, work with a diverse set of people from your organization and from outside the organization as well. And you get to work closely with leadership, and you are so well informed about the company's strategy and direction, that all of that gives a great sense of satisfaction in the work that we do. So these two are the most rewarding part about being a marketer in today's day and time.
That's wonderful to learn. As a modern day marketer, every day we come up with new challenges, and as an individual, we have our own ways to deal with them, right? So, what unique challenges have you faced in the marketing industry?
So there are a number of challenges, as in any other job profile. Marketing comes with its own set of unique challenges. So I mean, typically, you will hear people who are in the technology, line of work, technology developers. They always say that technology is constantly evolving, and they have to learn new technology. We marketers are no different. We also have to keep learning about new technology. Gone are the days when we used to just create a database on Excel sheet and use mail merge to send out emails. And
Yes.
I remember when we started out, we used to have we used to find out how many people have opened our emails. Everything was done manually, and we used to collect that data. Today we have marketing automation platforms and the entire technology stack for marketing, and it has not been an easy thing to learn about all of them, and also to make the best use of all of that for your marketing goals. So it's basically cost versus benefit analysis. Do you need all of that technology stack, or can you do without those, or do you need just a few of them? So though that has been quite an area of challenge, and in the past I have been involved in implementing the marketing technology stack, specifically in choosing the right technology for the organization. Today we have AI, which is in play, right? I mean, especially in the field of content creation, we see AI is being used a lot more. There are data privacy concerns that obviously transcend all the job functions. But being in marketing, we have to be a little bit more aware of all of that. One of the biggest challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis is measuring, right? Measurement of marketing impact. Doesn't matter what kind of KPIs you come up with, right? Nobody is completely satisfied. So you have to come up with innovative ways to measure. And obviously, all the marketing activities, they cannot be measured in tangible numbers or sort of way. A lot of times, the outcome is more subjective and cannot be quantified. And but then, you have to come up with new ways to measure. So basically, you have to be an expert in analytics as well, right? And it's not just about marketing. Another challenge is the buying committees in different companies, different organizations. It's becoming more dynamic, more complex. So gone are the days when you could easily identify, the handful of people who are going to make the buying decision. Today, it goes through so many different stages.
Yes.
And there are so many different people involved. And as marketers, we have to constantly identify them and, make sure that our campaigns are targeting the right people. So these are, some of the challenges. And then, one of the things is that the kind of marketing services that we get right from our marketing partners, from the agencies, it's still very much focused on lead generation, on generating MQLs, band qualified, blah, 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 right? Events, hosting webinars. But what we need today is more support on the strategy side as well. So we need a lot of insights, a lot of data, a lot of research, so that we can advise our leadership team to, make the approach it in the right way.
Right.
That is where, that is another challenge that we are facing. And, typically databases are no longer important. That's not the way to go. We need a more targeted, a more narrow approach.
That's great to hear you have been able to eliminate those challenges and you've been doing that for all these years. I'm sure you must have created some of your own strategies that might have helped you grow professionally, right? Can you share some of your strategies?
So the first thing that I tell everybody, and something that I follow diligently, is experimenting.
Right.
So I mean, I have been quite lucky that way, that I have worked with organizations who have allowed me to experiment a lot. You experiment, you make mistakes, you learn from them, and then you make more mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn, and
Right.
the better plans that you come up with, right? You know what not to do, and obviously what's good to do, you will get there eventually, right? But constantly be open to new ideas, and keep trying new things. And that's the reason I work with a large set of our partners, marketing partners, agencies. All of them come up with some idea, some way in which we can make an impact to the business. And I never say no to anyone. I say yes, let's give it a try. Let's try. Let's see what we are getting. And I work closely with them to make sure that we get some impact out of that. That is one thing that has helped me grow, and at the same time, I try to dip my fingers into everything. So it's not just one thing that I'm involved in, even if whether it is demand generation, whether it is account-based market. So I took up account-based marketing in a big way recently, because it's a combination of everything. So it was tough to move away from demand generation and become more focused into account-based marketing. But then, be it digital marketing, content, thought leadership, events, whatever it is, right? I haven't stayed away from any of those. So it's basically a multidisciplinary marketing is what I call it, right? I mean, that's what it's called. So you should know about each and everything and have an experience with everything, so that you can run a successful marketing program. You cannot say tomorrow that, I'm not aware of the digital marketing tools or platforms. You should be aware about everything that's coming in the market. So that diversity in experience has helped me grow a lot. And lastly, having a great ecosystem of marketing partners, agencies, that's very important, right? We are both important for each other. I mean, for our work, we need support from agencies. Agencies need us to, grow their business, and that is critical for the success of any program. And we know that no single agency can address all the requirements, right? Even though all of them claim. So, today somebody who is doing research for us will suddenly come and say that, we can even manage an event for you. Uh, and they may be able to do that. It's not like they cannot do it, but the key is to know, where their strength lies, and working productively with each of these agencies. So that has been a source of my strength as well throughout my marketing journey.
What a great insight. I am sure our audience will keep pick some of them and be better in their game. Can you also elaborate how do you measure success of a marketing campaign and what KPIs do you focus on?
So this was one of the challenges that I mentioned earlier, right? The attribution, the measurement part of marketing. So the one thing that I am a little bit tough on myself. So I always say that the first and foremost thing is creating new business, new pipeline, revenue. That should be the top priority, and there should be some way we are able to measure it. It's not always directly attributable to marketing efforts, but we have to be very sure that whatever work we are doing is contributing to the pipeline, and we are able to somehow come up with a number as to how much of pipeline we have helped create. And that has to be scientific. That has to be something that is not debatable. Nobody can argue against it, right? It has to be fail safe. Uh, so obviously, new business creation, that is the top KPI, not clicks, not MQLs, not impressions. Those things are also important. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely, yes.
So they are important, but from a reporting perspective, from an angle of gaining the trust of all the stakeholders, we have to talk numbers from a business perspective, right? How much business we have helped create and grow. Second thing is, building customer advocacy. How many of your customers are willing to come forward and, talk about you in public, right? They're allowing you to publish whatever they are talking about you. And that speaks a lot about your effort in building the company's brand. If you have done a great job, and obviously your customers will be really happy and pleased to come and talk about you and be associated with your brand. And that is the best measure there is as to how you are building your brand. Again, awareness and impressions, those are just numbers, but this is what actually shows on the ground that you have made an impact. Third thing is, how are you engaging with the executives in your different. So since I'm in account-based marketing, it's a very important KPI for me, that how many of the execs, from my different accounts are engaging with us, what kind of plan I have, something, that we have to do throughout the year in a planned way, and make it worthwhile for them as well, so that they happily come and participate in everything that we invite them for. So that executive engagement throughout the year, that's the third KPI that I measure very closely and report.
Well, definitely. I have learned so much from you today. So, thank you so much for sharing your insights. And you must be managing so many different departments, teams, be it a sales team or marketing or a product. How do you collaborate with other teams to ensure you meet your goals?
So the key to managing this collaboration, right, across different teams is knowing what each of them want. They all have their own goals, right? And marketing is a common thread that binds all of them together. So some way or the other, we help each of these teams in achieving their goals. So we have to be very careful that we don't get aligned too closely with one team or the other. We need to have our own goals and stick to that, but at the same time, it's very important to know the goals of each of these different teams. Like for example, I can say my sales leadership, their what are their expectations from marketing. They don't want us to just do the business as usual kind of thing, right? BAU work. So they'll want us to work in areas where the business can actually grow. So they'll want us to seed products in new segments, something that will help them achieve greater growth in the coming years. So they'll want us to do something really different, something radical. While the sales team will want support with their day-to-day stuff, right? Thing that's already happening, and if we can help in speeding things, so they'll be really happy with that. So there are two different expectations from the same team. And imagine there are so many different teams, including marketing leadership. Marketing leadership has its own expectations. So the way I have done it, and most organizations, I have seen my seniors also practice the same thing. My colleagues, all of them, is planning ahead, understand the goals of each of the teams, understand what it is that how we can support them, create a plan for the entire year, stick to that as far as possible, right? I mean, there are ad hoc things that will come all the time, but at least 80% of the things should be planned in advance. And you need you need to properly socialize with them, take them through your plan, get their ideas, their feedback, and freeze the plan. That is how you can ensure that there is proper collaboration. And you also need to create awareness about marketing's capabilities. A lot of them, they do not know. I mean, I won't be surprised, and I have encountered this, that a lot of people still think that marketing just creates beautiful presentations. So if they create a few slides, they can into marketing, and marketing will make it really amazing. So again, I mean, there is a lot of education and awareness that is required uh, to uh, explain to people, what marketing actually does and how we can actually help them in a tangible way, and not just, these are just, I mean, run of the mill stuff, right? They don't really need our support to do that. And then the other thing is definitely networking. If you really want great collaboration, you cannot be just having standard official calls, right? You need to be in touch with your different stakeholders. You need to network with them. I can't tell you how many times some great ideas and have come up, over a simple cup of coffee in the office cafeteria, right? I mean, they suddenly came up and said, I spoke with so-and-so customer, and this is what they said, and why don't we do something like that? And then idea was born right there. Then we took it forward, right? And no one will really take the time to set up a call with you to tell you, what it is that they expect from you. So you have to be constantly in touch with everyone. You have to talk to them on a daily basis, on a regular basis, as much as you can, right? And that will also help you get all the good things and the bad things that are happening, and help you be prepared in advance. So obviously, marketing is something that leads, right? Marketing is a leader. Marketing cannot be always following whatever is told, right, by other teams. So whatever we do today is something that will become a prerogative of the organization, of the different teams in future, right? So we are looking into the future, and we are building that future. That's something that everybody will follow. So it's very important for us to have our own plan and follow that diligently.
Saurabh, thank you for sharing your journey. It's been incredible learning from you today. I'm sure our audience has enjoyed listening and learning from you today as well.
Thank you.
And to all our listeners, don't forget to subscribe to Martech for more such inspiring conversations. And remember, marketing isn't just about selling, it's about connecting, creating, and evolving. See you next time.